na-scam kami noon. Ang nagtatalo pa rin talaga sa akin was the end result. So sabi ko, pag tinanggap ko yung trabaho, everyday papasok ako, at the end of the month, wala akong pera, pagod pa ako. Pinanghawakan ko lang talaga yung principle na yung believe in the power of your dreams and stand up for what you believe in, even if it means standing alone.
Can you sing as your theme song ng buhay mo? Kahit yung chorus lang. Nabalitaan ako,
Theme
parang
song?
video okay king ka daw.
Hanggang ngayon.
Hello mga ka-VIP! Isa na namang araw para marinig nyo ang isang very inspirational Pinoypreneur. Tara, tambay tayo sa VIP Lounge. And today, kasama natin ang isang youngpreneur. So, kung gusto nyo pa makarinig ng more inspiring stories, please make sure to like and subscribe our channel. So, balikan natin ang ating special guest. We have Mr. Caleb Edpao. Hi, Caleb!
Yes, hello, Ma'am Joyce. So,
Welcome sa
thank
ating
you.
VIP Lounge.
So, thank you for inviting me here sa napaka-comfortable na lounge.
This show really features very inspiring Pinoypreneur. And ikaw ay isa sa mga regarded as young Filipino entrepreneur. Can you please tell us something about yourself? I'm sure maraming may gustong makarinig. Sino ba si Caleb?
I grew up in a Christian family. So, my dad is actually a pastor. And growing up in a Christian family, conservative yung family namin. I have also seen how the life of pastors are. Although, one thing that I have seen from my dad was a visionary. So, when he was putting up yung church namin sa Antipolo, so eventually he also decided to put up a school. So, para maging ministry ng church namin. So, I have really seen yung vision niya. Yun yung isa sa mga siguro na-adapt ko rin growing up. I have seen na even from nothing, from scratch talaga, na everything talaga would just really start from having a clear vision.
How does it feel like growing up?
Siyempre siguro, based on my personal experience, my dad was really focused more on dun sa ministry, sa church. I'm not really going to say na walang masyadong time sa amin, pero it's my mom na nag-alaga rin talaga sa amin. And my dad was also busy syempre sa church. Pero since we were just living inside the compound ng church namin, siguro na-develop sa akin. Siguro the way how I responded dun sa environment ko, easy-go-lucky yan. Ako yung parang naging bunso na medyo na-spoil konti. With regards to academics naman, hindi ako masyado nag-excel, pero more on extracurricular activities ako.
Ano ba ang pangarap ni Caleb nung bata?
Malaking factor talaga yung environment, di ba? Naaalala ko is what I really wanted to be is a pastor also. Kasi nga,
Wow.
pastor yung daddy ko. Pero eventually, syempre, nung nagiging elementary na, high school na, I really wanted to pursue becoming a CPA. Kasi yung classmate ko, lagi niyang binibida sa akin yung kuya niya. Sabi niya, bro, pagka-graduate natin, mag-CPA ako. Sabi ko, bakit naman? Sabi niya, kasi yung kuya ko, CPA sa Makati, malaki yung sweldo. Sabi ko, ano ba ginagawa ng kuya mo? Pumipirma lang yun.
So ano na yung naging final course mo?
So, naging final course ko. So, basically, syempre, hindi ako pumasa kasi quota course siya. But I still ended up taking applied math with major information technology.
Ano yung una mong job?
While I was still studying, doon na rin na-formulate sa isip ko kasi applied math na-formulate sa isip ko na how will I really be able to use all of this in real practical life for me to really make money. No, but it was a blessing because when I was in third year college, so a friend of mine actually invited me to look into a business opportunity. So I was 19 years old nung time na
Hindi
yun.
ka pa graduate.
Hindi pa ako
but
graduate.
You were invited already to a business opportunity.
Yes.
So tell us more about bakit ka sumali dun sa friend mo?
While I was listening and observing yung environment, dun na start ma-open yung mind ko na may ganito palang mundo. Kumbaga parang namulat ako dun sa a different world. Because syempre growing up, the environment that I was in is a laging mindset is mag-aral mabuti, pag-graduate, maghanap ng magandang trabaho. So all I thought, the only way for me to make money is to get, alam mo yun, a diploma and find a job. Kaya nung invite ako to that business opportunity and na-immerse ako sa circle na yun, na I met ordinary people, I met undergraduate na mga tao, yet they're making big money. It's because they're doing business. May pag-asa pa pala yung mga taong katulad ko na if I didn't really do so well with regards to my academics, meron palang ibang opportunity. Basically, ang daming practical ways.
Tell us about that journey, yung una mong business opportunity.
It actually didn't went well. No, so first of all, it's because we were young, we were just excited, no, na immerse kami doon sa opportunity na yon. So I would somehow say, na-scam kami noon.
Na-scam.
Charge to experience, tuition fee siya. Okay, pero I always, every time I try to connect the dots looking back, that is where it all started. What's important dun sa nangyari sa akin na yun, even if flop siya or negative yun nangyari sa amin doon, the most important thing is the change in mindset na nagkaroon ako with regards to my choice of what opportunity I would like to pursue with regards to establishing my finances. And that is in business.
So ano yung una mong produkto?
Yung mga
Anong
product
company
nung
siya?
time na yon is mga kalan-kalan. Ayan,
Wow! Talaga ba, 19 years old, ma-imagine mo sa ganito kapogi, no, na nagbebenta ng kalan. How was it, no, doing that kind of business?
Okay. During that time, we were just more excited about ano yung pwede namin kitain. We were just really very excited about the results that we can get from it.
Ano yung naset mo sa isip mo na initial income during that time?
Nung graduate ako, ang average para sa mga medyo matatalino, okay, na mga IT na natatanggap sa mga magagandang companies is 20 to 25.
Oh, malaki yon nung
Yes.
time na yon.
So parang nung around 2005, 2006, ang average na salary was yung mga basic, minsan 10,
15,
12,
ganyan.
yan. There's this one company, in-applyan ko siya, online lang. So it's actually a bank. So I was almost about to get hired.
Oh, wow.
Okay. During that final interview, ito lang yung question niya sa akin. How much is your expected salary? So yun
Yan
nga
na.
yung tanong mo. Sabi ko, at least 15. So ito lang sabi sa akin nung nag-interview. Sabi niya sa akin, the average that we give fresh grads is usually 9,000.
Oh, wow.
But for you, we will make an exemption. Alam mo yun, parang na-feel ko pa during that time was, wow,
Parang may hope, gano'n.
parang magaling yata ako ha, di ba? Kasi we'll make an exemption, we'll offer you 11,000. Blessing kasi during that time na tambay ako, so my brother actually joined or invested in a business. So what happened lang is, I went with my brother dun sa opening nung company na yun. Parang meron lang akong naisip na yung nag-invite sa akin, nag-introduce sa akin nung una kong business, siya yung una ko ring naalala.
Ah, okay.
So sabi ko sa kuya ko, kuya meron kakilala. So sabi ko, invitein ko yun, present mo yung business mo. What happened was, I invited that person. The time that I invited him, he went to Antipolo. He had big results na. Instead na, siya yung sharean namin ng proposal ng business opportunity. Parang ako yung naging curious, ano yung ginagawa mong business? In short, no, ako yung
Ikaw yung napa-join.
napa-invest sa kanya. I got into that business.
What happened to you? Did you also achieve the same results or did you achieve even better?
That second time na nagnegosyo ako, parang mas lalong nare-reaffirm sa akin na ito talaga yung kailangan kong gawin. Andito yung results na gusto kong makuha in life, no? But after a month of starting that business, eventually the company shut down.
Oh, ang sakit.
Out of my excitement, there's this one person from that company, he started up another business, copying lang the same system. So, dahil parang wala na akong ibang option during that time and syempre startup din, exciting. Di ba? Minsan, lahat ng mga startup nakaka-excite sa umpisa. So, I got into it as well. So, it lasted for almost a year, but eventually, nag-close din siya.
What was the process if you are going into a business?
Yan.
Ano yung nasa isip mo nung time na yun and what should you have done?
Yung term na do your due diligence, yun yung hindi namin ginawang
Before.
unang process. So, pasok lang kami ng pasok, pero we didn't do our due diligence talaga to get to know the people behind the company, the people running the company, no, yung status ng kumpanya, yung products talaga, and of course, no, yung operations ng business and all.
Ano yung business naman na where you went very, very successful?
I got into the health and wellness industry. As I was also doing my researches, lagi ko na naririnig yon, health and wellness will be a $1 trillion industry because of the trend that is being brought about nga by the baby boomers. Pero as you would see right now, no, na it's not even the baby boomers who are more conscious about their health, even our generation and the young generation.
Gen Y.
Kasi nga, na-bring up na yung idea na ang health kasi, ako, yun yung natutunan ko about health na the only thing or the best thing lang talaga that we can do about our health is to preserve yung health natin. So, while you're still healthy, while you still have it, yung good health, yun yung best na kaya mo lang talagang gawin. Preserve mo yun. Because mahirap i-reverse yung aging, but at least we can slow down yung aging. I also wanted to invest for my health. And since as I was studying about the industry na, health and wellness is really going to boom, no? So I looked for a good company and eventually, yun nga, that's where I got started.
How were you able to attract or how were you able to really get more people interested in your business?
When I started na with the business, siguro the way how I would look into the process of it, I really didn't make money right away. Pero the process was, since the business na pinasok ko is about health, I realized na ako mismo I myself should be the living testimony of that product. Ang naging process talaga sa akin noong umpisa was, I really had a hard time convincing friends, family to, get into try the product of my business. No?
Bakit? Kasi hindi ka mukha healthy, gano'n?
Mukha akong may sakit.
Oh,
Sobrang
okay.
payat ko, sobrang sakitin ko talaga nung bata pa ako. Some comments nga from my friends would tell me, although it's just a joke, di ba? Yung sasabi lang, sige, balikan mo lang kami kapag healthy ka na.
Pag mukha ka ng healthy.
Yes. When it comes to business talaga, you shouldn't just look into yung hindi lang yung trend You should get into a business that you really strongly believe in.
That's right.
I saw my business as my solution for my health. I was sharing it not because I just really wanted to sell the product. I was sharing it because I believe within myself that this is my solution for my health. Kaya parang ang nagiging foundation talaga nun was my strong belief na this is something I need and this is something that you also really need.
Ano naman yung mga rewards na na-reap mo working through the years? Ano yung pinakaunang-una mong binili sa una mong pinakamalaking paycheck?
Ang una ko talaga ring ini-investan was yung health ko. Kasi I need to work harder So that's where I also got to appreciate more the products of my business na ako rin yung nagiging living testimony talaga niya. So I spend a lot of money on my nutrition. Pangalawa, when I first started to earn my $200 check. Ang una kong binili noon was Lacoste na shoes.
Oh, wow.
So nasa 6,000 lang yung nabili ko na
6,000.
shoes Pero sobrang memorable sa akin yun. Kasi nga, alam mo na, being the third in the family, minsan yung sapatos mo, yung mga napaglumaan na ng mga kapatid mo. Di ba? So, hanggang ngayon, nasa akin pa yung sapatos na yon. Aside from investing on my health, I need to also invest on my image.
How hard or how easy is it for you to manage that team?
Ako, when I was starting, I was alone. I was just trying to lead myself. Until eventually, as you lead yourself, di mo napapansin. Kaya yung leadership is, sabi nga nila, is about influence. Di mo napapansin na as people are starting to observe you then, some people get inspired with what you are doing. When you realize, the hardest person talaga to lead is not others it's always ourselves.
Ikwento mo sa amin, ano yung mga results, ano yung mga success na natamasa mo dito sa business mo?
Okay. I love cars. Mahilig ako sa kotse. So, most, it's a guy thing di ba? So, I remember when I was already making good money rin about my business. So, gigil na gigil din ako magkakotse noon. So, ang plan ko lang talaga was to buy a second-hand na car.
Do you have any car in mind at that time?
Ang inisip ko lang talaga ron yung mga Civic.
Okay.
At
Sedan.
least, alam mo yun, I can go to my meetings na hindi na ako amoy usok, mga ganyan, pawisan, no? As I was trying to look for a car, eventually, no, parang nakahanap ako. My first car was a Hyundai Tucson na sports car. Kasi nga, doon nakikita ko na yung price range nung mga gusto kong kunwari Civic. And I saw that car online. So sabi ko, it's almost the same price. And mas pogi pa ako doon.
Di siya talaga nagsisettle for anything less.
Pero kumbaga parang, di ba, minsan yun din isang maganda na gagastos ka na lang din and you might as well find a much better, parang a much better quality. Eventually, yun doon na nag-start
Ilang cars ang total mo meron ngayon?
Marami.
Gano'ng kadami?
Pero yung second car ko that I bought was a Nismo na 370Z. Okay, then after that na, yun din. So sabi ko nga, since my parents, my dad, and mom ko, silent investors ko sila. So I also started to pay them back.
Wow.
So I bought them also cars, no?
Ayan, daddy, yun naman pala
Yan. So, yung pinaka-latest kong gift sa dad ko, ito lang, pandemic pa nga yun kasi nga, no one expected naman the pandemic. So, I bought him a E220D na Mercedes-Benz.
Wow.
Yan. So, during his birthday, sinurprise ko siya.
And I'm sure hindi lang yun yung binigay mo sa parents mo. Can you tell us more about how you gave back to your silent investors?
Silent investors, no? Every time I achieve yung mga travels ko, okay, and I have free travel incentives then with our company, parents ko talaga yung lagi kong sinasama. So, it's either yung mom ko or yung dad ko. So, sa lahat, halos ng mga travels ko, sila yung kasama ko, mommy ko and daddy ko. And one of the most memorable siguro sa akin was yung trip ko with my dad, no? The most memorable was yun sa Cape Town, Africa. So that's my favorite among all my trips talaga, Cape Town, Africa. Sa mom ko naman, nasama ko siya sa Royal Caribbean.
Oh, wow.
Asian cruise naman kami sa China, Korea, at saka Japan.
What's in store for Caleb? Ano pa yung mga gusto mo pa ma-achieve in the future?
One of the promises kasi nung negosyo, pag na-establish mo talaga siya ng maganda, is there's a possible, residual income. Dumating ako dun sa point na kumikita ako ng malaki, okay? Pero, yun na nga, parang minsan sinasabi mo rin sa sarili mo na deserve ko naman to, okay? Pinaghirapan ko to. Alright? Pero eventually, I realized na, yes, tinabaho ko, pinaghirapan ko, but still, I didn't do it all by myself. I get to think of the people who have really contributed then to get me to where I am right now. So kaya when it comes to yung future goals, no, whatever financial goals we have, if you're in an opportunity where you can really get to add great value to people, and you can help people, the reward will follow. So, yes, nung una, I was after that. Pero na-prove ko na if you put in the effort, andun talaga yung rewards. Right now, my future goal, no, it's really more about helping more people become not just like me. Helping more people become better than me.
You've given a lot of advices, lalo dun sa mga mag-startup, dun sa mga nag-aaral pa lang, no? Ako naman, ano yung advice na mabibigay mo sa sarili mo ngayon, where you are right now?
Be contented, but never settle. Be contented with what you have, but do not settle with who you can still become and what you can still contribute to people.
And
Yeah.
thank you so much, Caleb
Yeah,
Ed Pao. Ayan, ang ating youngpreneur na talagang sobrang nakaka-inspire, no? Bata pa lang, very visionary na, and nakita nyo naman, no? Talagang he really never settles for anything less. And yet, very contented with what the Lord or what he has already in his life. So, thank you so much,
Thank you, Ma'am
Caleb,
Joyce.
for
Yes.
joining us this day. Yan. And I hope that you also join us in the coming episodes of the VIP Lounge. Very inspiring Pinoypreneurs, because yun naman talaga ang goal natin, is to spread good vibes. Again, my name is Joyce. I'm the good ambassador for good vibes. Good ambassador. Okay, for good vibes. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this channel. Again, maraming salamat. See you on the next VIP Lounge.